What would love and dub motherfuckers? What is going on, everyone? It is I, everyone's favorite jack of all trades, with the foul mouth, Commodore Irvin, and welcome back to another awesome fucking video, guys. I do greatly appreciate it, and this is going to be an awesome one. And yeah, and before I do begin, I want to give a big shout out to all of you guys, my viewers and my subscribers, for sticking around watching this shit. Here's why I fucking do this shit for all you guys. So yeah, and once again, thank you for the 1,000 subs. We are now a crew of 1,000 strong. And like you saw in my first part of my 1,000 sub series, I showed you a showcase of all of my models that I've built, and the ones that will be built, and the ones I'm currently working on. Well, we're finally going to do it, guys. I'm going to go through and show you all of my books. Well, almost all of them. I think I got one downstairs I'm reading, but I can tell you what it is. So anyway, I know you guys are excited to see this shit. So let's go ahead and dive right into this bitch. So, yeah. Anyway, as we can see up here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try just to kind of show you the spines. But like the ones that are piled up like that, I will pull down and I will show you. Just because it'd be easier, I think. Anyway, let's go ahead and pull these out. Okay, we got Gordon Corman's Titanic, which is book 2, Collision Course and Travelers Through Time, issue 1, Back to the Titanic. Let me see here, I got Sinking of the Titanic, Eyewitness Accounts. That's actually originally was a 1912 book. World War II Warships by John Batchelor. This is a Dover coloring book, which I probably will never color, but you know. And got some more books here, which is kind of hard to fucking show you. I have the eyewitness books about the train. And set these down here. I got this one long scholastic book titled Heroes of the Titanic. And I got this paperback version of Exploring the Titanic by Dr. Ballard. Yeah, this is a really old book. This book was actually fucking given to me by my teacher, Mr. Rubel. So, yeah. Anyway, we have 50 Famous Liners and 50 Famous Liners 2, which are both written by the late great Franco Brandert and William Miller, which is Mr. Ocean Bill Miller. I'm missing 50 Famous Liners 3, and if I get them, then I'll have all 3 of them. Then we have North Atlantic Seaway by N.R.P. Bonzer, which is volume 1. But this particular volume set, which is published by Arco, was 4 volumes, and I'm missing 2, 3, and 4. This is The Ships of Ellis Island by Bill Miller. This is a really nice book. And this is Titanic 100 Years Below, as a collection of like movies and shit about the Titanic. It's the 100th anniversary edition. Dead Wake, The Last Crossing of the Lusitania. This is by Eric Larson. A Man in the Ship by Stephen U.G. Fusa, which is about William Francis Gibbs in the SS United States. Transatlantic, Samuel Kennard, Isambard Brunel and the Great Atlantic Steamships by Stephen Fox. Another pretty good fucking book. Crossing and Cruising by John Max Tone Graham. Lusitania by Diane Preston. The Only Way to Cross by John Max Tone Graham. And this is my autograph copy, which is signed by him, which is fucking amazing. Titanic by Michael Davies. Shipwreck by Thomas and Witts. This is the one about the Morro Castle. Ships of the U.S. Merchant Marine, which this is my old book, which is by S. Kip Farrington. HMS Belfast, which is by Richard Johnston Braden. QE2, Warwick and Fleyhard. Titanic at 2 a.m., Paul Quinn. And Liners to the Sun by John Max Tone Graham. Unsinkable by Daniel Allen Butler. And of course the illustrated edition of A Night to Remember. Now, I'm trying to hurry up here. And I also have here 2 more copies of A Night to Remember, the 1997 Pocket Edition. And of course the 70s Era Book Club Edition. And of course I have multiple magazines. I have the 2012 issue about the Titanic. This one here has a little epilogue story, epilogue for Titanic. This is about how they found the Titanic, and this one is a long last look at the Titanic. So those are all the original Nat Geos about the Titanic. And of course here we have the Atlantic liners by Emmons, Saved by Hoffer, Titanic by Claiborne, Beyond Reach, which is about the search for the Titanic, which is about Jack Grimm's search. Down with the Old Canoe, Titanic End of a Dream, by Craig Wade, Exploration, which is by Dr. Ballard, On Board the Titanic, which is by Marshall, Sinking of the Titanic, Eyewitness Accounts, which, oh, I got 2 copies of that fucking book, okay. Titanic Tragedy, which is by John Maxton Graham, Treasury Titanic Tales by Garrison, Her Name Titanic and Ghost of the Titanic, which are both by Charles Pellegrino. 101 Things You Might Know About the Titanic But Didn't by Tim Moulton. Finding the Titanic by Dr. Ballard. The original first edition copy of A Night to Remember and the first edition of The Night Lives On. Titanic First-Hand Accounts. The Story of the Titanic by Winker. Jeffrey Marcus's The Maiden Voyage. RMS Titanic, which is the Model Maker's Manual by Peter Davies Gardner. Eyewitness to Titanic. Titanic Fortunate Fate. Titanic's Last Secrets. Titanic Survivor, which is also another John Maxton Graham book. Last Log of the Titanic. Titanic Destination Disaster. Discovery of the Titanic paperback edition. The transcripts from the official 1912 Senate investigations. I'm trying to speed through here, so... And of course, I Survived About the Titanic, Wreck of the Titan, Her Name Titanic paperback edition, The Day They Sank the Lusitania, Ship Ablaze, The Complete Idiot's Guide to the Titanic, 1912 Facts About the Titanic, Lusitania Tragedy of War Crime, another copy of Transatlantic, another copy of 1912 Facts of Titanic, another copy of A Night to Remember, another copy of Titanic Destination Disaster, Complete Encyclopedia of Steamships of the Merchant Marine, Alive on the Andrea Doria, The Band That Played On, Gilded Lies Fatal Voyage, a Star Trek novel I've been reading on, Chain of Attack, another copy of the Titanic End of a Dream by Win Craig Wade, Titanic Trivia, and of course another copy of the book Shipwreck, which is the paperback, The Great Luxury Liners by Bill Miller, Titanic by Thomas Bonzol, Interiors of the Great Liners, RMS Olympic, Great Cruise Ships and Passengers Liners, On Board the Titanic, and this book is the RMS Lusitania, Triumph of the Edwardian Age, and that's Inside the Titanic, 882 and a half Amazing Illustrated Questions about the Titanic, Titanic Sinks, Anatomy of the Titanic, Titanic the Artifact Exhibit, Famous Ocean Liner Postcards, Queen Mary 2, The Lusitania by Colin Simpson, Ghost of the Abyss, the James Cameron Titanic movie book, the hardback version of Exploring the Titanic by Dr. Ballard, Exploring the Lusitania by Dr. Ballard, Picture History of the United States by Bill Miller, Puller the Titanic Bear, The Great Luxury Liners Again, SS United States by Andrew Brighton, 2 copies of the National Geographic Book Collector's Edition on Titanic, Titanic Voices, SS United States by Bill Miller, Titanic Legacy of the World's Greatest Ocean Liner, The Last Days of the Titanic. Now we're getting kind of further along. I'm sorry I'm trying to rush, but I'm trying to get through all these fucking books. Knight's Modern Seamanship, a copy of the movie Titanic, the Titanic soundtrack, both Back to Titanic and the soundtrack, the actual movie itself, the fucking DVD version of it. I have another copy of Belfast, and then I have a copy here of the Warships. That's something cool I'm going to show you guys in a later video. Titanic the Musical, another National Geographic on the Titanic. That book is Lost Subs. about submarine wrecks. Covenant of the Crown, which is another Star Trek novel. My VHS copy of Titanic Collector's Edition. Red Green's duct tape is not enough, which I love Red Green. And I got a article in there about when he visited the Buskirk Drummond Theater in Bloomington. I wish I could have went and met him. Love this guy. Steve Smith is absolutely awesome. Titanic documentary collection, Goes to the Abyss. Modern cruise ships, shipwrecks. Battleship Bismarck by Mollenheim Reitberg. Battleship Bismarck by Garsk, Dolan and Jurens. Discovery of the Bismarck, Exploring the Bismarck. Hitler's Navy, the liners. British ocean liners, the Great Liners, ocean liners. The Grey Ghost, which is about the Queen Mary. Picture history of the Andrea Doria, Great Liners at War. Exploring the Titanic yet again. Glory Days, Transatlantic Liners. The Titanic Reader, another copy of A Night to Remember. Historic Cunard Liners. Record Breakers of the North Atlantic. Robert Ballard's Lusitania. Titanic by Leo Marriott. Another copy of The Last Days of the Titanic. The Story of the Wreck of the Titanic. Titanic in Illustrated History. The Liner. Eyewitness Accounts. Titanic. SS United States by Bill Miller. Queen Mary by C.W.R. Winter. The Volume 6 of the Ocean Liners of the Past series about the Queen Mary. Titanic, Triumph and Tragedy by John Eaton and Charles Haas. And of course we have Jeff Foxworthy Redneck Dictionary 2, a book on Yorkshire Terriers, operating manual and repair guide for Lionel trains, States of Railroad Preservation, another copy of A Night to Remember. I got a lot of copies of A Night to Remember. The Second Diesel Spotter's Guide, a guide to North American steam locomotives, ships, Guinness World Records 2021 and 2007, a ship's encyclopedia, railroad history, muscle cars, battleships, encyclopedia on muscle cars, encyclopedia on Lionel trains, engine-powered vessels, shipwrecks, liner, the golden age of ocean liners, the Titanic, Disaster of the Century by Win Craig Raid, Goes to the Abyss, another copy of Legacy of the Greatest Ocean Liner, the Titanic Experience, the Collector's Edition of Queen Mary 2, Titanic the Ship of Dreams, another copy of the fucking Great Liners, Ocean Liners, a hard original version of Discovery of the Titanic, Queen Elizabeth at War, Lost Liners by Dr. Ballard, The Big Ship by Frank Brannard, Queen Mary 2, which is the introduction book to the ship, The American Line, William Flahar III, and SS United States by John Maxtone Graham. And fuck, wow, that was pretty brutal. But I did it for you guys, so there you have it. Oh, one other thing. Sorry, fuck, I about forgot. I have two more books. I have Battleship New Jersey Illustrated History by Paul Stillwell, and I also have Battleship Arizona Illustrated History as well. So, yeah, there we go. That's all my books for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed kind of me showing you guys quickly. I'm sorry about all the books I have. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back with you. In the next video, I will be talking about the origins of my channel and how I started. So I hope you will join me when I talk about that. Until next time, this is Commodore Urban saying smooth seas and clear skies. Happy sailing week. God bless you all. Take care. Stay safe. Be yourselves. Jesus, the good Lord, love you all very much. And, yeah. And I'll catch you on a warm trade window where hell anyone knows. Let's go, Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden. And Trump 2024, baby. Yeah. And stay tuned, guys. The 1,000 sub special rolls on.